Hello and welcome to Slightly Impressive Q&A. My name is Grifter and I am yaying your Q's. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's get started. The first question comes from Mike, who is a little ways into the future, but he says, what are some pointers that you can give someone who wants to start making machinima? Alright, well, first off, I'm no expert, but I have made quite a few of these, so there's some things I've learned. The first thing you want to do, if you want to start making machinima, is to start. Just do it. Just make some machinima. You don't need to feel like you need to get everything all in order and get everything set up and know exactly what you're doing before you start doing it. Just start doing it. Learn from actually doing it. That's exactly what I did. But there are some things that you can do to get off on the right start. The first and probably most important thing you want to do is get a decent microphone. Don't just use your headset mic or whatever you use to talk on vent. If you've never heard your voice through a decent recording, you probably have no idea what it's supposed to sound like, and you might be surprised at how much better it sounds through a high quality microphone. You don't have to spend a ton of money. I use the Blue Yeti, which is kind of on the expensive side, but it also does a lot of things that you don't need for machinima. Lots of features and stuff that I don't ever use. And also, it's so big. Here, let me show you. It's gonna make some weird noise. There we go. It's so big that it doesn't fit a lot of shock mounts, which is what this is. It isolates it from vibration and things like that. This is a pop filter. You know, you don't have to start off with all of this. I definitely didn't. I'm gonna put this back though. But there are some cheaper mics out there that are still very good quality. I know the Snowball is pretty good. There's a Sony C10U, something like that. It's pretty good. Just do some research, just get a good mic, that's it. Once that's taken care of, you want to get a real editing program. Don't just use Windows Movie Maker. I mean, it kind of works, but you'll eventually run into things that you just can't do in that program. You want to get something else, and then you'll have to completely relearn how to edit, which is what happened to me. So learn from my mistakes, kids. I use Premiere Elements 10, which is kind of like the poor man's version of Premiere Pro, but a lot of people use Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere or Final Cut for Macs. Just find one you like that's in your price range and go with it. Aside from that, just make sure that you are learning from your mistakes and, you know, learn how to take constructive criticism, learn how to tell what constructive criticism is versus just trolling. Sometimes they're in the same comment and you have to separate those out, but don't let the haters get you down. Learn from your mistakes. Try to constantly improve. And that is all. That's about all I can do for you. Good luck. Alright, question number 2 comes from Vladminia. It says, how you find the guild, and yeah, how you actually introduce yourself in the guild. Okay, so when I first started playing WoW, I joined up with this guild that was like this really small leveling guild, and we had good times for, you know, the month or two, whatever, however long it lasted, but it just kind of fell apart. There was some weird drama between some of the people, and the guildmaster just disappeared out of nowhere. So eventually it just got to a point where it was like me and one other guy logging in. So I started looking around for a new guild. I looked online and found the guild that I've been in ever since then, and I was like, okay, I want to join, but I didn't see anywhere to apply, so I was like, I guess I just have to find one of them. So I just waited in the streets of Stormwind until I found one, and Aislinn actually is who wandered by, and I was like, hey, I was in this guild, but it's falling apart, and it's not very active, but I'm a really active player, and I'd like to level and start raiding and stuff, and would you let me join your guild? Because I thought, like, I had to really talk myself up, right? I had to explain my situation, like, I'm not just a guild hopper, I'm not somebody who's just gonna look for a new guild in a few months, like, I'm gonna be a valuable member of your guild, you need to invite me, it would be great. And she was just like, yeah, sure. And then I was invited. That's how that went. Next question comes from Seal Dude, who says, will you / are you planning on cooperating with other WoW Machinima channels in the future? Yes, of course. I've done several already, and you can click on their channels wherever those annotations are. So, those have all gone really well. I've got to work with some really cool people, and I definitely plan to keep doing that. So, yeah. And our last question for the day comes from Smelly Cat Home, who wins the Weirdest Name of the Day contest. Congratulations, Smelly! He says, why does he always wear a hat? Question mark, colon, lowercase o. So like this. Why does he always wear a hat? Are you talking about this? This isn't a hat, bro. This is just part of my head. What? Do you take off your scalp sometimes before you film yourself? No, of course not. You'd get a lot of views, but that would completely violate the terms of service and probably cause death, if not like severe, long-lasting injuries and scarring. I just like hats, okay? I just like wearing hats. Do you have a problem? You have a problem with the hat? Let's end the video now. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a question you'd like to ask for future Q&As, please leave that in the comment section of this video. I still have a lot to get to from previous ones, but yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay, bye. What are you doing, Griff?